Yo, what is going on, my fellow weebs? Chrono here, and welcome back to the channel. So, another maintenance has completed, meaning we have another rundown of all the update articles of all the important information you guys need to know. But before we jump into that, this is your first video on the channel. Hi, I'm Chrono. We're going to cover PSO2 content. Would much appreciate it. Subscribers work way towards that 10K mark, hopefully by the end of this year. We do have one other note, and there will be like official stuff. You should see it in the video description, things like that. We are now a Rogue partner. So if you guys are looking to pick up Rogue Energy, or as I usually recommend, Rogue Hydration personally, use code Dual Wield at checkout for a 20% off. And, to help your boy out, doesn't cost you anything extra. And you're able to go ahead and get a little bit of a discount there. There should be links, like I mentioned in the video description. There'll be like official stuff up that way you guys can see this pop up more often. So just that quick note, as well as one other note, shortly we will be enabling the join button on YouTube, as well as the tips button over on X, formerly known as Twitter. Got to figure that whole thing out, but it's mostly just to allow people who want to support the channel through those means, in case they don't want to go directly through like donation links or anything along those lines. There isn't going to be anything locked behind that paywall. I don't want to lock any content behind a paywall. I'm not a fan of doing so. Ads already bother me enough as it is. So this is just a way to support if you want to support, but you're not going to miss out if you're not that level of, support. You guys can just watch the content and it still helps me out a ton. So all of that aside, I appreciate you guys sitting through this, the important stuff here. I need to get out to you guys. Let's go ahead and jump into what's new this week. And it's not a whole lot, it's not a ton, but we got a couple of things here and there. Anyway, let's jump into it. All right, so here we are over on the NGS site. In case you're wondering to yourself, why would I listen to this person tell me about stuff I can read myself? You don't have to. Just go in the video description. There'll be links to all the important articles. You can read them yourselves, but if you're like me, sometimes you don't feel like reading through the stuff on your own. Have someone else read through it for you. That's totally fine. That's what I'm here for. Maybe getting in the video description is a little too annoying or too just, you don't want to wait for the video to come out, right? Maybe you're one of those people. It's cool. Just go head over to PSO2.com or NGS.PSO2.com. We'll take you directly over to this site. You can scroll on down. Everything that's important usually has a little red thing right next to it. So easy to find information. Most of what you're looking for is going to be in the update details. If there are any patch notes, that's usually where it's going to pop up. If it's not its own article itself. Now, this time around, nothing in the patch notes section here, or nothing like as far as system updates show up here. Go to update information. It just jumps directly to whatever that week is. This week is going to be the revision of the next Vera suppression operation. It's going to be as a limited quest. So hang on, so urgent quest next Vera suppression operation revamped as a limited quest. So it's not going to be an urgent anymore. It's just going to be a limited. That's actually a W, because the next Vera quest, urgent, really didn't feel like it was worth running in the first place. If it's a limited and it has some decent rewards, usually limited's going to get a bad rap because they jump in and they're just gone after a while. And people are like, oh, these are boring. These rewards aren't really good. Usually they slowly build up things that you need. And what it does is it causes the price of those items to actually go down in the market. So you can actually buy up certain things you need to build up other stuff later on. And then after these events go away, you're able to then go ahead and sell those items. If you're like, looking to merch items, you can sell them at higher prices. Or if you're looking to build up augment capsules that you need, you'll have, a good chunk of portions that you actually need, and you can go ahead and get the other stuff. So it depends on what drops from these. Limited quests, like I mentioned, they're never really set to drop like big ticket items. It's only going to be like the smaller stuff that you build up over time. But usually they are worth running. The biggest thing is, are they actually enjoyable to run? And next Vera was never really a quest I enjoyed all that much. Personally, I didn't really enjoy fighting next Vera because he was kind of annoying and jumped all over the freaking screen. And you had to chase him down a whole lot of times. But we'll have to see with this revision if he is a bit more just aggressive on the player and less, jumping and floating backwards. He was one of those bosses that like to back hop a whole lot, and that made him really, really, really irritating. Stellar Graces are back, which is a huge W. Stellar Graces are freaking awesome. So Stellar Graces are back from the 25th to the 30th. Make sure you guys get your Stellar Graces. They're super, super important. They made it much easier. So you have to worry about getting the high-end Stellar Graces. You can just get Stellar Graces in general, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about using the maps that people make online. You can literally just set your mag to find Stellar Graces in the area. It might take you a minute or two longer, but usually you'll find the Stellar Graces fairly quickly. Looks like they added in augment capsules as well as growth mints and arms refiner 2s. It's gonna be interesting to see what they actually. Okay, so that's gonna be Be very interesting actually, because they mentioned high quality augment capsules. I wonder what augment capsules they're referring to. Augment Hunter 2s and growth mints are always welcome, depending upon what they do with the growth mint shop. But these augment capsules is what I'm actually really curious about. So we'll have to see what that's going to be. Other updates, new limited time tasks and task titles, get reward box, medals and titles, of course. And then Ark's record is Field Race Dresden Plant Board Stage 1 solo. Bummer for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of the board races. I kind of like the bosses. You know, it's funny, I wish they would separate Ark's record into 2 sections. Now, this is probably a hot take, but if they had one that was just like the individual Cocoon bosses, and then one that was like the actual races, I feel like that'd be super cool. Though that might be a little unbalanced when it comes to Ark's badges, but like realistically speaking, who cares since you have a limit on what you can purchase with Ark's badges anyway? I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have those separated, but those who like to do rankings probably want to push as much time as they possibly can into the individual ranking, and having them separated if they participate in both might cause some issues there for them. So I understand not wanting that to happen, but my brain is like, I want to just do the other one. I don't want to deal with the races. I suck at those. So yeah, that's just me personally. Looking at the event scheduler, it doesn't seem there's anything specifically going on. We still have the Call to Arms campaign. We still have the Super Genesis Festival, which is part of the reason why this update has been kind of lax, or this month has been kind of lax or held back a bit, is because this has really just been going on the entire time. And because it's been going on the entire time, there's nothing else to announce during that time frame. So something to keep in mind here. Looks like the 7 Deadly Sins collab campaign is going to go all the way to the 13th, which is kind of wild. Big and Strong Boost, that's going to go on for Foreseeable Future. Sonic collab suits, Ark's cash sale, all that. Yeah, to be determined. Usually there's foreseeable future stuff. This is going to be continuing forward, so don't worry too much about that until they announce that it'll be going away. Accessory Revival starting up, so that's pretty cool. I didn't actually realize that was coming up. What is this? Oh, really wish this would just link to the article about the Accessory Revival and show the accessories. That'd be really nice, but we'll take a look at it in game and I'll show you guys what you're looking for there. Also, I'm not sure if she will, but Skulls usually does cover AC scratches or SG scratches or anything along those lines, so she may be covering this in a video. I'll double check with her, and if she is, you guys should see a link for that in the video description as well. Looks like we have Modish Winter still going on, SG support item select. I'm going to let this run. Personally, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go for it, but the SG scratch is actually really good. They don't over saturate it with a bunch of extra crap. And if you're looking at a cost value, if you're going to invest any money into the game, the SG scratch is actually a better value cost than spending on AC. In the past, there was always a meme that if you spent money on SG, what are you doing? But because of the cost difference going in NGS, I actually didn't go back. So this is on me. I didn't go back and look at it till a little while ago, and I had a friend of mine, correct me. That's totally cool. Doesn't really bother me when those sort of situations happen. But SG point for point, when you're looking at money spent, is actually more price efficient than AC. So that's pretty interesting. But that's if you need the SG items, and keep in mind, SG items can't be sold on the market. They only can be either traded in or used yourself. So that's kind of the price you pay in that situation. The Winter SP scratch still going on. You can still get the tickets and all that good stuff. So get your scratch taken care of. So you're good to go there. And to wrap things up, we have the headline. It is on the 30th of January. I always mention to everyone whenever we're looking at these situations, thumbs up or thumbs down after we watch the headline. They do want us to like the headline. They want us to make sure that we are enjoying it. But I'm always a purveyor of make your decision once we actually have the information in front of us. Healthy skepticism is totally fine, but dogging on something before it actually releases totally sucks, in my opinion. Don't be like these people that just blindly upvote everything, but don't be like those people that blindly downvote everything or blindly download it before it actually comes out. Check it out, see what it has to say. If it's cool, awesome, upvote it. If you weren't a fan or you didn't see anything that was super bad, hey man, that was totally fine. Don't be a hater just to hate. Be a hater and have something to hate on. Let's see, and what we have here. So this update will be sharing information about the version 2 update scheduled for release on January 31st. So yeah, it's going to literally be talking about the thing that comes up the next day, which they did tell us that is exactly what's going to happen. So people know what is going on ahead of time. This has been mentioned about a month ago. So they said this is going to be the day beforehand, along with some videos, plus get answers to your comments and questions. The operations segment, starting with this headline, will also be adding a letter from the developers in the operation report. Oh, interesting. They're adding a letter from the developers in operation reports in general. It says starting from this headline, we'll be adding a letter from the developers. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully it'll have some interesting little tidbits of information. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how those go, because in the past, letter from developers either shed some pretty huge lights on some issues, or at least some feedback that the dev team is seeing, or just showed off some really cool stuff. So I'm actually pretty excited to see what they decide to do with this letter from the developers. Of course, tempered expectations, but trending in the positive value. Nothing too crazy that's been announced in here that we should be like, oh my god, yo, we're gonna see something cool. So I would expect to see kind of like the usual stuff. Let me pull up the roadmap really quick and see if there's anything too crazy that we should be expecting. All right, so looking at the roadmap, the January to March section, so it's January 31st to March, so basically the February to March section, does include the Ranger and Gunner expansion. Looks like class level cap raised to 85, Kavaris theme build parts, new build parts supported from PSO2, Nichi-Sanji collab, additional high rank sectors in Kavaris. We expect that. Story quests, cool. Dual Quest Phase 4 is finally coming out, so those of you guys who missed out on that. A new type of standing party quest. This actually is very interesting to me, because last time we had something like this, it was Lucille Exploration. So I wonder what they're going to be doing, because this is a new type of standing party quest, not a new Lucille, basically. Could be a different type of Lucille, could be a whole new type of quest overall. Last time Lucille was very well received, so I'm really interested to see what they're going to be doing here. And then the usual limited time urgent quests and limited time quests to fill the gaps of just doing something a little bit different each time. It is repetitive. It is mostly just a vehicle to keep us from getting spammed with events consistently, even though we still will probably get spammed with events consistently. It's just how it goes. So yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe they'll talk about the Gunner / Ranger expansion coming up. It's possible that gets pushed to the March section, so they will not talk about this just yet. It might be the level cap raise. We'll have to see. Level caps aren't really super exciting anymore, seeing as they're not really attached directly to skills. So this is kind of like just a meh thing for me personally. But I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing with the Gunner and Ranger expansion. So back by popular demand, we're also going to include a segment where you log in and double check everything, if there's anything else that wasn't noted in the actual patch notes. This was asked by someone in the comments, seeing as they don't always include everything like recipes, so on and so forth, and things like that change. So you guys will start seeing a segment where we just are logged in, double checking a couple of things near the end of the video each time. So just expect that. Also, the drip is amazing, though we are in Dusty Eldredum, so it's kind of hard to see. Don't like that too much, but it is what it is. Just sandstorm going on, so take advantage of those PSEs to the best of your ability. Now is the time. Anyway, as far as the accessory revival, looks like it is here. Just take a quick look if there's anything super interesting. It's just all accessories. Like, let's be for real here. Nothing too crazy going on. Accessories that we've seen beforehand are all come back again. It's literally all accessories, right? Yeah, I mean, what did I expect, right? There's one of those situations where you can go through, find accessories you guys have been looking for, possibly pick them up maybe off of the shop or out of the scratch if you're looking to spend AC. Not really an AC scratch I personally recommend spending on. First off, I don't recommend spending any money in the game if you're totally fine with how you've been playing it as it is. But if you're looking to invest money in the game, I don't recommend it always being accessories. Accessories can be high ticket items and can be very expensive, but the accessories that do suck or people don't like are extraordinarily cheap. You usually lose out on quite a bit of money value there. So just be warned, be careful when you are spending your money, and spend it responsibly. Don't go over any budgets if you have them set for yourself when it comes to gaming. Other than that, doesn't look like there's anything else. Campaign items, double check this. This is for the Super Genesis Festival. Some more star gems. That's super cool. All right, cool. A little bit more star gems. Nothing too crazy there. We'd love to see more of those pop up more often, but that's not anything that we can really pay attention to. Of course, we have the title box. The reward box still needs to be finished out because I have not been on top of that every single day. But we are still in the process of finishing out this reward box, and it looks like it ends on the 30th. So we have a week left, and I do not have enough days to get everything. So that is on me for not, doing my dailies. But it is what it is. Dailies kind of suck in a lot of situations for games. So nothing too crazy there. I'm not seeing anything that's really popping out at me here. So I think we are all set to go. And that just about does it. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to toss in the comments below. Let me know if I missed anything or if there's anything you guys would like to see in future update videos. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to keep up with more. It does help out a ton. It's completely free. And you can always unsub if you really don't like to, or if you really don't like what you see later on. Anyway, guys, take care, my friends. Peace out.